Today is fine. Yeah, I just woke up and with the passion to help farmers. Then there comes, it's my duty to make them informed and help them make informed decisions and help them run their farms into profit-making businesses. Yeah. My name is Dr. Paul Kangede. I am a veterinary surgeon by profession, but I decided to pursue journalism just to make sure that the information that is in the hands of the vets reaches down to the farmer, as well as the information that is in the agriculture space to trickle down to the farmer, to help the farmer make informed decisions, and most importantly, that the farmer may be able to run their agri-businesses in a way that is going to earn them profits and earn them livelihoods. There are several breeds that are in the dairy farming space, and these dairy breeds include but are not limited to Jersey, Fresian, Guernsey, and Asia. So these four are the main that people have. Others are crosses between these cross breeds, and I mean between these pure breeds and other indigenous cattle. So for a farmer, really, I do not really focus. I would not advise a farmer to focus on maybe a particular breed. But they should be able to narrow down to production per day, because that is where the business is. Because for a farmer keeping any of the above mentioned breeds and they are giving them 3 liters of milk, be it a Fresian for example, you are not in business. Why? 3 liters of milk, if you multiply, that cow cannot feed itself. That cow cannot even be able to acquire the veterinary services. There are people in the farm who need to be paid, maybe the farm hand and the suppliers and people like that. But for you to say you are in a dairy business, your cow should at least be able to give you 20 liters every day. And since a cow is in production for around 305 days every year, by the cow coming on heat once per year and giving you a calf per year, then the period of time your cow is supposed to be in milk is around 305 days or thereabout. And therefore, you as a farmer should be able to make sure that you are earning at least from that cow 20-25 liters on the minimum. There is also the issue of numbers, because you may be having just a single cow, which then may be even producing 60 liters of milk, but you are not in business as well. Why? Because there are so many bills to be paid. But with numbers, say you have maybe 10 to 20 to 30 cows, but starting from 10, for example, then you are able to have a very good business case. Why? Because while some cows are in the dry period, some are giving birth, and others are coming on heat and are being served. Therefore, your consistency of production is across board. The whole year you are in production. The breeds, therefore, you focus on the production per day, whatever the breed is, but some have advantages over the others. For example, the Jersey, the butterfat content is higher than the rest of them, about 3.5% going up. And the Jersey also feed on small amount of feed, given that they are small body sized. Therefore, you stand a better chance of if they are getting you to the 20 and the milk is quality, then you stand a better chance as compared to, say, Fresian, which is eating too much and then maybe giving you the same amount. So when you do your cost-benefit analysis, you find that it would be more profitable for you to raise Jerseys than to raise Fresians. But now each has advantages over the other, and therefore you need to seek that information as a farmer to find what are the advantages of one, the advantages of the other, and therefore you can make informed decisions. In the SWOT analysis, the strength, weaknesses, opportunity and threats analysis for the dairy business, some of the strengths are that the industry is growing, and therefore whatever the amount of milk you produce, the demand is so high that it is insatiable. People are coming on board, your neighbors, you people on your phone, people in towns, hotels, institutions, hospitals, schools, the demand for milk is ever there. Some of the weaknesses now of the dairy business is that if you're not careful and your animals fall sick or the housing is not good, disease challenge is one of the most common challenge in dairy farming, especially mastitis. And this is due to poor housing. But if you are able to make the house right, use a nice mattress, have good drainage for your cows, and then after feeding, after milking, you make sure you feed them. Because the science behind it is that once you milk your cow and feed it, the paw where the milk was coming from, as you milk, the muscles are able to cross by the time the cow is finishing to feed. And therefore, once it's lying down, that paw has already crossed, and therefore the bacteria from the ground cannot be able to contaminate or gain access into the udder. And therefore, by doing that, you are able to control these diseases. Others include having good biosecurity systems, where people can have footbaths as they are coming to your farm and out, change of clothes as they are coming out, and basically not allowing just anybody to come to your farm, see your animals without knowing where they are coming from. Because they could be coming out from a place where there is a disease incidence, for example, foot and mouth disease. And when such a disease comes to your farm, then you rest assured that your farm, then you are into disease. And disease is very expensive. Why? There is loss of production, because that cow will be producing less than the amount. And it takes just a single day for a cow to have a decline in production. But to get back to former production, it may take even 3 weeks plus. So you see, and then the care, the veterinary input, all that, someone take care of the animal. A disease is very expensive to a farm. Other opportunities now that are available in this dairy space, there are opportunities for value addition. And what is value addition? You could be making your yogurt. Of course, you need a certification from Kenya Dairy Board just to make sure that you are doing things the right way. Also, you will need some licenses from the county just to make sure you are not doing illegal business, you know, so that you can even take your products to the market. They have a KEBS certification, and then once you start doing that, then you are in good business. Alternatively, you can even start a small hotel, because if a liter of milk is retailing at, say, 50 liters, and you can use the same liter of milk to make 10 cups of tea, each at 50 bob, you see, that's value addition. Just do mandazis and some other maybe cakes and things like that, and you make money even from your farm as well. Alternatively, you can also link up with the institutions that are around you, hospitals, schools, colleges, yeah? And then you have a ready market for your business. Last but not least, agrotourism. Just if you have a well set up farm, people can just be coming to see your animals, how you are raising them, and you teach them a few things of how you do your business. And I know of a farm where you pay 5,000 per day just for you to visit, yeah? And you are just going to see the animal. There is nothing you are buying. So if you have, say, 10 visitors on a nice weekend, that's 50K. It will help you pay the farmer, do a few things, buy a few feeds, pay the vet, you know, by just having a nice set up farm where people can just come and run. But of course, you must make sure that where people are coming in and going out, you have very tight biosecurity systems to make sure that there are no diseases coming into your farm, because if that happens, then you are spoiling everything that you have been doing so far. Now, for the threats of the industry, there are instances where you hear maybe products are coming from outside the country, and then the farmers are complaining. But there is not so much you can do about that, because that's politics in another level. Now, for the farmer at your level, you have to keep the vision of why you started the dairy business. And if you are having even employees, you make sure you train them on the right way to do things, because if anything go wrong, you come changing employees every now and then. Diseases are coming in again, you see. So some of those things then will make sure that we lead to your farm collapsing, yeah. And of course, other things like even an epidemic, for example, say abortions in your farm and things like that. Those are threats, and therefore that is why you need to engage a vet to take you through the ABCs of health to make sure that your farm, there is no disease coming in, the feeding and all that are taken care of, and your business is running well. And if there is anything that is going out of the norm, then with the expert, then you can re-engage and ask yourself, where did we go wrong? This is how we performed last month, this is where we are going. Then you are able to move together with an expert to guide you on how to move forward with your business. And until then, you can earn some nice profits. For the resident vet, I am Dr. Paul Kangeve.